Hello. You have started. You are showing up and you're working on being consistent. And then you realize it still feels hard. It shouldn't feel this hard. Maybe this isn't working. Maybe this just isn't for me. I want you to know nothing has gone wrong. This is exactly where most people quit. And today we're going to talk about how to stay. Hello and welcome to the Christian Life Coach Podcast. We have been talking about how you are always creating your life and how to do that on purpose. We have talked about how to see the default patterns and start shifting them, and then how to stay consistent. And today we are talking about what happens next, because this is where most people quit. It still feels hard. Today, we're going to talk about why that happens, what it actually means, and how to keep going and not starting over again, staying in it. So let's just normalize hard. Hard is expected. We expect it to be hard. When we set a goal, when we decide to create on purpose, when we are putting into action the consistent practices in order to live on purpose, we need to expect resistance. That is one of the things. Expect resistance. And this episode is about one of those areas of resistance. We think that it should be easy by now. And so we just want to know nothing's gone wrong. We expected it to be hard. When we do something new, our brain is resisting it, our body is resisting it, and our habits are resisting it. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel repetitive. Dare I say, it may even feel boring or inconvenient. And I just want to say that hard is not a red flag. Hard is not a red flag. Hard is not a stop sign. Hard is a sign that you're no longer on autopilot and that you are engaged. We often think a lie in some form of, if this was working, it would feel easier by now. And that lie sounds reasonable. It might even feel true, but it keeps you in that loop of stopping and starting and stopping and starting and giving up and having to start all over again. So what we want to do is we want to recognize the lie when it shows up in our mind. And any version of, if this was working, it would feel easier by now. It should be easier by now. It shouldn't be this hard. We want to recognize those thoughts, and we want to replace those thoughts, those lies, with the truth. It only gets easier when you keep going, not before. It doesn't get easier so that you can keep going. It gets easier the more and more you keep going. Ease is a result of repetition, not a requirement for you to continue. Ease is a result of repetition. The more you do the hard things, the easier they get. the more you give up on hard things, the easier giving up gets. And to normalize all of it, like your brain is trying to protect you. Your brain is doing its job. Back to that motivational triad. Your brain wants to seek pleasure, avoid pain, and exert as little energy as possible. Your brain wants comfort. Your brain wants certainty. Your brain wants efficiency. Your brain wants to see progress, to know that this is actually worth the effort. Am I getting pleasure out of this? Is this easy and not causing me pain? Is this not making me exert extra energy? Your brain is doing its job. So when you feel, when it feels hard, when it is unfamiliar, when there's uncertainty, those are all feelings of discomfort, right? Those all cause discomfort. And your brain is like, okay, hold up, stop, no more. You've done enough. Take a break. Let's let this go. It's not working. It's too hard. Your brain is not trying to ruin your progress. It's trying to keep you safe. But safety and growth are not the same thing. Now, I'm not saying go put yourself in danger. There's no danger here. The danger that your brain thinks that you are going to be in is the danger of avoiding pleasure, seeking pain, and exerting more energy. That's the danger you're in. You're in danger of giving up pleasure right now for true lasting pleasure in the future. You are experiencing the pain of pushing through, pushing against the resistance, your resistance training. So we can engage in that level of unsafety, right? That is the requirement of growth. And because we know these things, we want to be emotionally mature. We want to be emotionally maturing. When we are obeying our feelings, giving in to every feeling that we feel, it's too hard, it's uncomfortable, it's not working, create feelings of that uncertainty, unfamiliarity, and we obey those feelings, that is not emotional maturity. When we are waiting on motivation, thinking, I just don't feel like it. I'll do it when I feel motivated. Are you ever going to feel motivated? And when we avoid that discomfort of doing it anyway, obeying our feelings, we stay in emotional immaturity. But growth, transforming, becoming the woman who requires something different. We do not need to feel like doing it in order to follow through. We need to be willing to feel discomfort, resistance, boredom, doubt, and keep going anyway. This is self-leadership. And remember, you're not just trying to complete a plan, reach a goal, complete a habit to get a check mark on your habit tracker, which I love a habit tracker. Do not get me wrong. But the check on the habit tracker is not the goal. The goal is becoming a woman who follows through, becoming a woman who keeps going, becoming a woman who does hard things on purpose and sometimes without even seeing the benefits yet. Maybe you're becoming a woman who is trusting the process even when I'm not seeing results. So when it's feeling hard, when the lie pops in that tries to get you to stop, ask yourself, what would the woman that I'm becoming do right now? That transformed version of myself, what would she do in this moment right now? And then listen to her and do that. Now, what to do when you want to quit? Number one, name it. What this feels hard. What is it that I'm telling myself that is leading me to want to quit right now? This feels hard. It's not working. And we don't want to dramatize it. You don't want to go on and spiral. We don't make it mean something about us. We just name it. Okay, what's going on here? What is leading me to want to quit? That's it. Just name it. Just that awareness makes such a huge difference. And then once you name it, tell the truth. What is the truth? What is the true response to that lie that you're telling yourself? This is part of the progress, or this is part of the process. Progress isn't always visible right away. It takes time. I'm committed to this process until. And then you do the next small action. You don't do everything at once. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just what's the next thing? And then you repeat it. Name it. What's going on that's making me want to quit? Tell yourself the truth, the actual truth, and then take the next small action. Another thing that I like to do is when that I want to quit, even that I want to quit, when that thought comes in, I will often remind myself, it's true. I want to quit right now in this moment because I don't feel like doing this right now. And also, it's not true because I do not want to quit. I actually do want to accomplish that thing. I actually do want to make this change. I actually do want to become the woman who follows through, who accomplishes amazing things. So it is not even true that I want to quit. And I think that as Bible believing, Jesus loving Christian women, I think that there's some belief, a misconception that if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, it should be easy. That is simply not true. I mean, if there are verses in the Bible that I am missing, please send them to me. hello@shannapeiser.com. I don't see anywhere in the Bible that we are told it's going to be easy. I see where it says, in this world you have trouble. I see where it talks about count it all joy when you have troubles of many kinds. And I cannot think of an example in the Bible that God said, go do this thing. And the person went and did that thing and it was easy. It was never easy. There were obstacles left, right, front, center, behind. Like there were obstacles everywhere. Everything that people were told to do in the Bible was hard. And we think, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this thing. And then we start coming up against obstacles and we think, oh, I must have heard wrong. I must have heard wrong. This is too hard. No, you probably heard just right. Keep going. Galatians 6:9 says, Let us, and I like the amplified version, so this is from the amplified version. Let us not grow weary or become discouraged in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap if we do not give in. Keep going. Psalm 126:5 says, they who sow in tears reap with joyful singing. The sowing, the sowing is doing the things, keeping going, staying, reminding yourself of why this matters, acknowledging the lie that we're trying to tell ourselves, telling ourselves the truth, taking one small action, and repeating. That is sowing. There might be tears. It's okay. That means you're doing it right. And just remember, growth takes time. It takes time. And whatever it is that you're working on, and it could be weight loss, it could be financial goals, it could be um, decluttering your house, it could be um, painting a room, whatever it is, it's going to take time. And faithfulness matters, staying faithful to the process, faithful to the vision, faithful to the desire, and staying matters. We're not just doing tasks. We're not just doing things to check off a list. We are in the process of being transformed, renewing our mind so that when it gets hard, we stay, we keep going, we remind ourselves of what matters, why it matters, and we are being transformed in the process. So, during the week, when it gets hard, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever the hard thing is, catch that thought, even if it's just, this is too hard, catch that thought and remind yourself, this is part of the process. I keep going anyway. And then take a small action. Acknowledge what's going on in your brain, speak truth into it, take action, repeat. You don't quit because it's hard. That's the goal, is to keep going and to become someone that handles hard. And also, I will just say, you literally do hard things all day, every day already. Everything that you're doing throughout your days, you don't necessarily feel like doing it. But however you're talking to yourself, you keep going and you keep doing the things. You're becoming someone who can handle hard, and we're doing that on purpose. You don't need it to feel easier. You just need to stay. Keep going. Every time you stay, you are creating the life that you want. And kind of in closing, this just kind of popped into my head. We are created to do hard things. And like I said, like there is no evidence in the Bible telling us that it's supposed to be easy. If we are only doing easy things, our level of life satisfaction is going to be really low. When we accomplish things that are hard, that we perceive as difficult, and we push through and we keep going and we reap the benefits, we reap in joy and singing, our level of satisfaction skyrockets. It skyrockets. We were made to do hard things. So keep practicing. Name the lie that you're telling yourself that is making you want to quit. Replace it with the truth. Take the next step and repeat. You've got this. Thank you so much for being here. Remember that life coaching is life changing, one renewed thought at a time. Have a great week.